chatting. So
Who's
it could have been from.
chatting?
I'm just going off of what you're telling me. Once again, I was not here.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he called it a barricade, that you were inside on the engine block. I don't know. I wasn't here.
Okay. So like, where are we at as far as
He's
the
working through
investigation?
all the stuff.
All the stuff.
Yeah.
Can you please like articulate what
Like I said,
all the stuff is?
I'm out here chatting with you too.
Well, I'm just trying to better understand
Can you
your
ask your
guys'
friend here,
process.
Sir, do you mind picking that
No,
up?
I'll pick that up. Don't worry.
Do you mind picking that up then?
Yeah, not at all.
I appreciate that. No worries. I just, that's one of the pet peeves. A trespassing investigation.
Trespassing investigation. So like, what usually goes into investigation?
No, it's called reasonable suspicion. So when you receive a ticket or you go to jail or like arrest or whatever, that's off of what's called probable cause. So it's more than likely that that crime occurred. Reasonable suspicion is below that. So there's the thought that there's trespassing here.
Okay, but
And so
reasonable,
now they-
articulable suspicion, right?
Sure.
So you can't just say like, oh, that dude looks like he might be up to something shady and like stereotype
Well, so
someone.
somebody called and set the grounds for what's going on.
Okay.
So
So
that's
it's
where
gonna knock on
we're
the
at.
RV, just hang out with these.
Sounds good. So that's where we're at. So reasonable suspicion is enough to detain someone and not allow
Yeah.
them to leave.
Yeah, I get that.
So based off of what he's telling me, is that's the threshold that we're at, which
So-
means that he's conducting an investigation to see if there's probable cause for trespassing.
Okay.
That's how that works. And if he gets to the point that there is probable cause for trespassing, that's where we talked about it. It could be anything from a warning, it can be anything from a ticket. In some circumstances, very rarely, then it becomes an arrest. It's not very typical though.
Yeah, not for
It's
trespassing.
typically either a warning or a citation.
Well, so what if somebody were to call and say that a paying customer was trespassing just because they were confused and misread the situation? Then what?
All right, so here's where we're at. The staff inside confirmed that the guy who went around the back was a white guy, not a black guy. That's the third guy who went inside.
Staff.
That's probably the guy you're helping out, right? The guy in the RV.
Dude, I just want to know why I'm still here.
Okay. Because now I
And
have all the
what are you
information
guys
I
doing?
need. So
What information
staff
do you need?
does not want to give you charges
Okay.
because they say they don't think you're the one who's been here.
Uh-huh.
They don't want to give him charges because they just recognize that you two just showed up most
That makes
likely to help
sense.
him. Whoever's inside there, they want to have charged. So you two, at this point, have to leave the property.
Okay.
You're no longer welcome here,
According to who?
according to the business owner who owns the parking lot.
All right, who's the business owner that owns the parking lot?
Hello.
And what business?
Hello,
is it?
sir. Need to talk to you.
Okay.
Just head over here for me.
You have any questions?
I want to know who's the business owner and what business I'm not allowed to be at.
Well, it'd be whoever owns this parking lot.
What is this parking lot? Is this AutoZone?
I don't know.
Dude, what do you know?
If you want to wait around, you can and talk with him to get information on the
Okay.
exact business owner.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
totally
great.
fine.
Because I showed up, I bought parts at AutoZone, like I didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand why I would even be trespassed.
Honestly, here's the real thing.
The
Is
real thing.
on private property, people
Uh-huh.
can trespass anybody for
But
no
this
reason.
is public access.
It is not. Well, yes, sorry, you are correct. This is public access, but somebody still owns the property.
Okay.
So that it is still
But
privately owned
is
with
it an
public
individual
access.
that owns the property,
know.
or is it a?
It could be a
corporation?
corporation that has an agent that is in charge of making those decisions. It could be a business owner that has the legal authority to trespass someone. But you are correct. Public access allows us, as the public, to go onto someone's property.
So are you
However,
saying
people
is
can
you
restrict
is-
that.
Are you the public, or are we the public?
What's that?
Are you the public, or are we the public?
We're all the public. I'm talking about everyone in general accessing
Okay.
a public lot,
Okay.
including me and a police officer. Yeah. But at any point, and this is included to us, people can say, you're not allowed onto this property anymore, and they can restrict your access for zero reason.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have to have a reason.
Because they have.
Yeah. When it comes down to who actually owns it, I don't know. But it's
so
probably
how
the
long-
person that called us.
How long until I can come back to this AutoZone?
I don't know. I mean, they're asking you to leave at this moment. I don't know if there's clarification.
No, Texas.
Texas. So these two, you two are. So here's the issue we have. This truck has no tags on it.
Okay, so all I want to know is
So
what business here am I not allowed to be at?
You're not allowed to be in this parking lot.
This parking lot.
Yes.
So like
they don't want this going on. They don't
the
want.
parking lot that wraps around.
Yes. So this particular parking lot is owned and occupied and used by the businesses behind it.
Yeah, yeah. So this goes
So if you go
right
to the
here,
auto parts store,
all the way
and
to
do business,
Timberline, this way, is this parking lot?
This is one entire thing. So if I really
Okay.
want to just do a blanket, then
Yeah.
yes, you can't come back here for a long time.
Okay.
That's not my goal. They don't
No, I
want
mean,
you over here.
I'm
working
just
on
trying to
vehicles.
clarify for my own good.
Perfect.
So then the next issue is the no plates on the vehicle.
Okay, well, I mean, you guys just said this is private property. I don't need places
No,
to
I
drive
know.
on private property.
Sure. No, and that's exactly what I was trying to get to. Is staying on private property, that's fine. But if it
Uh-huh.
enters the public roadway, I'm not saying like I'm going to go out and I'm going to
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
you for having it. I want you to be aware that it is a potential reason for a traffic stop.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you've been stopped before with that.
Oh, yeah.
So just giving you a heads up. So that becomes an issue.
A
in itself.
headache, yeah.
But while you're here on private property, you are correct. That is not something that law enforcement that we can enforce here. Cool.
Right on. You heard it start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should fire right up.
Thank you, bro.
I don't know how well it's gonna stay running, but your screwdriver's right there. So we're good to go.
Yes, sir, you are.
Fuck. Yeah, it should start up and we should go, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Alright, bro.
Let me grab my screwdriver from underneath. You got a tow strap?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. You gotta do it before dark though.
I was like, I just want to go home. I don't want to get caught up in that too. I was like, I just want to go home. I don't want to get caught up in that too.
Tell him to be careful though, because if he tries to tow this out, I guarantee he's gonna get stuck right away. I mean, I can let him know if you want me to.
Yeah, I can try this. Yeah, this